Extraordinary crisis right now, and the world needs us to be strong. They need us to remember our creed and our admonition. Turmoil and violence have rocked the Middle East and Eastern Europe. We all know it, and tensions continue to build in the Indo-Pacific. The country demands strong leadership of this body, and we must not waver. Our nation's greatest ally in the Middle East is under attack. The first bill that I'm going to bring to this floor in just a little while will be in support of our dear friend Israel, and we're overdue in getting that done. We're going to show not only Israel, but the entire world that the barbarism of Hamas that we have all seen play out on our television screens is wretched and wrong, and we're going to stand for the good in that conflict.
So the Chinese are whining about the hearing that was taking place today, saying in a statement, quote, partially, I am reaching out to express, this is Li Xiang, who's the Chinese embassy counselor on Friday. I'm reaching out to express our grave concern regarding the COVID-19 origins hearing. We firmly oppose it. We call on the U.S. side to respect science and facts and refrain from targeting China. Congressman, what do you say to the Chinese?
Yeah, we say to the Chinese enough already. Of course they're concerned about this because they've been engaging in outright propaganda. They have hidden data, hidden key facts that the international community needed. They've even blamed other countries for their failures, including the U.S. The problem here is that they do not fear retaliation by the U.S. They're taking advantage of the weak Biden administration. They see him as an ally or a partner in some ways. In some ways, they think they could take complete advantage of him, and that's what we're seeing over and over, and especially with regard to the lab leak theory.
And so Senator Marshall acknowledges the critical data points are missing here that would be, in effect, a smoking gun, that this came from Wuhan. But the Senate report does say that the Chinese apparently began work on a vaccine in November of 2019, which is at least a couple of months before the rest of the world heard about COVID. Do you need a smoking gun here?
No, we don't. I mean, at some point, all the points lead to the same conclusion, and anybody who's looking at the facts objectively has to declare that. You know, it's interesting, too, that many Americans and many of us in Congress and leaders across the board, even in the intel community, were pointing to this conclusion a long time ago. And we were, dismissed and in the mainstream media and even in the scientific community. Dr. Fauci and his narrative went the other way. So they censored and silenced the people who were bringing this up a long time ago. They labeled us conspiracy theorists and all the rest. Now we know that the facts are proven what we all sort of knew intuitively, and I think that the conclusion is inescapable now.
Just to close out here, we should remind people, put this up on the screen. So far, 1,128,404 U.S. citizens have died from COVID. Real quick, if you could, Congressman, does China need to be held accountable for those deaths?
They do, because this has the potential, of course, to be obviously one of the greatest medical disasters in world history, but also one of the greatest cover-ups and scandals. That is a big headline and something that we all need to keep front of mind here.